Some officials within Mnangagwa's government, obviously, they appear not to have a job to do. One of such individuals is Daniel Garwe. Look at what he does. What is it that Daniel Garwe has done in relation to his ministry, except to try to stop to work the way to try to frustrate the work and the small functioning of local authorities? Just imagine, I think in Zimbabwe, what is the purpose then? I think that is a ministry that should be scrapped off. Do local authorities need someone to supervise them in a democratic society? If that is not to quench the interest and the aspirations of dictatorship, that question should be interrogated. Greetings and welcome on your lovely channel. That is the Hlonipani Global News. If you are watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, guess what? You become the very first one to watch us. So mentally constrained Daniel Garwe has also did another useless job, which obviously state media are running out of stories because they are stopped to write stories that will appeal to the people of Zimbabwe. Guess what? He has written a letter to local authorities authorizing the mayors. Look at this. They are authorizing the mayors to drive council cars. Is that a necessary statement? In a democratic country, should that authorization be granted by a minister of local? In fact, that ministry should not exist. I still maintain that point. If we really have serious politicians in Zimbabwe, opposition politicians, they should lobby and make noise for that ministry not to exist. Maybe public works, yes, we should have that ministry, but local authorities should not be supervised by the central government. Then there is absolutely no separation of powers in such an instance. They should not be actually told what to do. For example, just imagine if a minister has to authorize a mayor to use the cars belonging to the council. That is absurdity, I'm telling you, to the core. It shows that this, and then it is covered by the state media as if he said something of substance. And then this same fellow tells the traditional leaders to fight against the drugs. How do they fight against the drugs? They are actually ministries that are supposed to deal with this issue. Now, in the first place, where are drugs coming from? They are coming outside the country. Obviously, there are people who are bringing in, which means that has to be dealt with by the immigration, the Zimra officials. The government is to make sure that there are no corrupt officials who are allowing these dangerous substances to flow into the country. That is what this minister should actually be discussing, not through a letter, discussing in cabinet, telling the line ministry concerned to deal with this issue, not to be writing letters to the local government telling them what to do. And also, if the mayor drives himself, what about the security of the mayor? So you can see in Zimbabwe, really, this country would not. A mayor is a very respectable position in charge of the city or in charge of the rural district council. Now, that person obviously have to have security in a normal country. That is why you see in countries like South Africa and other countries that are progressive, that are democratic, not this country that is run by a family and the surrogates of a family who are actually helping that family in terms of corrupt, dodgy deal to finance this regime. So that on its own, it shows that in Zimbabwe we have got, good morning Dal, we have got a very serious problem. A mayor should not be told what to do by a minister. I mean, that if it exists, I know it does exist in the Zimbabwean constitution of 2013, that clause have to be actually scrapped off. Because it is actually undermining progress and then this same government, I know, for example, in Bulawayo, that it is this Daniel Garwe, because of tribalism, tribal hatred, and also implementation of the 1979 Grand Plan, a ZANU-PF evil and pathetic document. I will actually be getting someone to help me digest this document and be exposing what ZANU-PF is doing in Matabeleland to frustrate development and progress in Matabeleland. So Daniel Garwe is used by the Mnangagwa regime to implement the 1979 Grand Plan. This is the guy who is pushing for Scott Sakopanya, who has pushed for Scott Sakopanya to overtake the Terracotta project. They frustrated it, and now they are giving the impression that the South African company failed. It did not fail. It is ZANU-PF that actually failed to tackle, to allow that company to operate or to flourish smoothly. There are definitely people who want to step in on this channel, I think, paid to systematically do so. So that aspect on its own, that is done by Mnangagwa, shows how he hates the people of Matabeleland. So I stress, and now look, they are undermining the mayor. They have stripped the mayor. Mayors don't have powers. And David Coulthard has actually alluded to that. Mayors' powers have been stripped. The actual mayor of all the cities, as well as the rural district councils in Zimbabwe, it is ZANU-PF minister, that this mentally challenged Daniel Garwe. This is the mayor of all the rural district councils. He is calling the shots. Just imagine if he instructed the mayor, no, now you can drive council cars. Mayor should be leading the council, not this mentally challenged idiot. Anyway, so I think I'm putting it plainly clear that you see all councils that are run by the opposition in Zimbabwe not functioning. It is because of this mayor, Daniel Garwe. That is what has this guy done anyway for Zimbabwe? That guy is not doing anything. It's just like Mnangagwa. That is why he commissions toilets in Zimbabwe, because this is the president who has absolutely no job to do. He is so desperate to do something, but he has absolutely done nothing. Just like the paid trolls that are busy saying nonsense on this channel. Thank you very much for watching us. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button, so that next time when we beam live, guess what? You become the very first one to watch us.